Well, hello. Welcome back to the Great American Stampin Show, Season 2, Episode 3. I am Julie Salva, and you are at Stamp and Shine with Julie Salva. Take a good look at the crown. It's coming off. I won Episode 1. Brandi won Episode 2. Congratulations. You may have my crown, but you may not. But I can't have it either, because you won. But I'm super glad you had a great project. So congratulations, Brandi. But I'm coming for you now because Episode 3, we are focusing on a new product. Remember, guys, we are focusing on products in Season 2. Product tonight, WaterPainters. Now, I need to tell you something. I'm not good at water painting. I am not. I can make a blob. I am super good at that. I can make like colors that turn to gray, like when you put them together. Super good at that. I can even practice with my refills and break them. The lid, notice the lid is broken. This is gone. And did it make a mess? Absolutely it did. I can do all those things. But I found a way to use WaterPainters for a water painter challenge person like me. And maybe you too. I don't know. Are you ready to learn though? Let's go. Okay, so let's talk about the Stampin' Up! WaterPainters. That is the product that we're focusing on today. And I want to show you how they come. They're $13 and you get 3 of these. Each of them has a different tip. So you can see the tip here. It's a very fine tip. You've got a brush tip, wider one there, and then you have what I would call it a medium tip. Okay, so see the difference there between those two? So that's those are the water painters that you have. Now, if you want a watercolor, these are great, but they're also pretty cool for different techniques. So this is what I know about me. I'm not a great watercolorer. I tried. Trust me, I tried. I'm not great at it. This is the project that we're going to make though, and I'm going to show you some tips that I learned about watercoloring that I think would help you in your project as well. So the stamp set that I'm using to make this project is the Artistically Inked. And you can see it's been around for a while. So it's got already a little bit of a watercolor look. Now remember what I told you, I'm not great at watercoloring. So these stamps are going to help me out. Just because you're not great at something doesn't mean you don't try to do it. So I'm going to show you what I learned. So the first thing that I am going to do is I'm going to take a sheet of plain basic white cardstock. Now, you can use watercolor paper if you want to. This is a piece of watercolor paper, and you can kind of see the difference there in the texture of it. You can certainly use watercolor paper. I found for the technique that I'm going to do, though, that plain white cardstock worked better. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I have taken this brush, and inside of it, I have filled it up with rubbing alcohol. I nearly said I filled it up with alcohol, but I know how some of you people think. Now, let me tell you how you do it, because this is a tricky thing with this. I don't know if like the people were left-handed who put this together. Normally, you would turn to the right to loosen it, right? It didn't work in that way. You got to turn this joker opposite. Okay, and I said normally you turn it, lefty-loosey, right? So normally you turn it to the left. You got to turn it to the right. And then you fill it up in there with whatever substance you want to put in it. Whatever substance. That just sounds goofy, doesn't it? Anyway, for this one, I used rubbing alcohol. You can kind of see it's in there. So what I'm going to do is give it a little bit of a squirt. Make sure that rubbing alcohol is coming out. It smells like a hospital in here when I do that. And then I'm going to kind of just do a wash. Now, I know the design of my card. I want this wash of alcohol to be just in the kind of a 90-degree angle here over in this corner, okay? Now, why am I using alcohol instead of regular water? Well, for me, and I got to move a little bit quick here because I don't want that alcohol to dry, because it certainly dries quicker than regular water. For me, I liked the way that alcohol took our ink and kind of pulled it through. So let's do a flower there. And you can see when I stamp these flowers that it gives it, the alcohol there is kind of taking that ink, pulling it through a little bit, giving a little bit of a watercolor look. Now, I'm going to give it a little bit more of a watercolor look before we're all said and done. Truly, y'all, this is watercoloring for dummies because, like I said, I'm not great at it. So I'm going to take a leaf here now and just randomly put that there. I kind of just want to pull that color through. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to take, and this was Old Olive. So I did Lost Lagoon flowers, Old Olive for the leaves, and then soft sea foam and this little dot are kind of going to fill in the spots. Okay, fill in the empty spaces a little bit. Okay, all right. So that's what I've got. That's what I wanted it to look like. Now, if you want to see what it looked like on watercolor paper, I'll show you, I think I will, I had it here anyway. I will not be showing you right now because I don't know where it went to, okay? But if I find it, I'll show it to you. It's a little bit more, is bleedy a word? Can I say bleedy? It's a little bit more bleedy. That's what it looked like to me. You know what, I wonder if I threw it away. Because trust me, I have thrown a lot of things away here. I mean, seriously, I struggled here. But let me show you something else. So now I'm going to take the water, okay? And what I'm going to do is kind of go, just kind of squiggle a little bit. Let me get a little bit more water here. Come out, water. Come out. There we go. Okay? I just used my hand, but you could do it wherever. I'm kind of going to squiggle it. I think I'm going to take this one too because I like this little narrow one here. Just put, there we go. Kind of put a little bit, see how I'm just kind of squiggling it through, kind of roughing it up a little bit. You see the difference between this one and this one already? Just by kind of taking that water and running it through. So that gives it even more of a watercolor look. But here's the cool thing about it. The detail in the stamp doesn't change. So if you're like me and you're not super talented or confident in your watercoloring abilities, this gives you the look kind of, I would even almost call this faux watercoloring, but not totally because you are watercoloring. I mean, there's water and observe coloring, all right? So I'll even pull it through a little bit more. Okay, so there's that. So I've used these again, rubbing alcohol in this one, and then water just in these, and I just kind of started adding in some color. Now, the cool thing about this stamp set, like I said, it's been around for a couple of years, but this artistically inked is that dies come with it. So already I have gone ahead with a piece of vellum. I've taken this leaf die. It's a very intricate die. This is going to go on my card. I have cut out, using the Thoughtful Expressions dies, a label. That's going to go on my card. I am going to use Basic Gray on my card. And then I'm also going to use Lost Lagoon as the background. So let's start putting this together. And again, the product that we're talking about is WaterPainters. And if you're like me and you're like, Julie, I'm just not real comfortable doing watercoloring, I think I've shown you that you can still use the watercolor paint or the WaterPainters and have some fun with them. You don't have to have them be this elaborate, detailed watercolor project if you're not comfortable or used to that. So here's my focal piece. I'll attach it to the Basic Gray. And I've cut these pieces. The white is 3 3/4 by 5. The Basic Gray is 4 by 5 1/4. You say I just go up in quarter increments. And then the base, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. I'm gonna grab Lost Lagoon ribbon. Man, you guys, I love how Stampin' Up! Colors just coordinate. I do not wear my scissors. I do not have to worry about the ribbon matching, the ink matching, all the other things. So, all right, I'm going to grab a pair of contraband scissors. It's just going to be how it's going to be. Okay, there we go. Remember my rule, cut your ribbon long. Oh, that was really long though. But cut your ribbon long enough so you're not fighting it. No one wants to do that. No one wants to fight ribbon. Life is hard enough as it is. We are not going to fight ribbon. So, got my bow there. Let me finagle it a little bit. You know my words. Hey, did y'all have a good Valentine's Day, by the way? It was yesterday. And by yesterday, I mean today, because I'm filming this on Wednesday night. So, I did. I had a good Valentine's. And I'm not going to, here they are, my scissors. So I'm going to trim my ribbon down. I will use these extra pieces of ribbon for something. Trust me on that. All right, I want that ribbon to stay in place. So I'm going to go on and adhere this, even though I'm not done with my card. Put a little bit on it to the card base. I'm trying to make these shorter. I get to rambling sometimes and nobody wants to watch or listen to that. Okay, so we've got that. Now, remember this vellum piece? I am going to take it and slide it right under that ribbon there. I really like that. And then I'm going to take this Thoughtful Expressions die that I've already cut out. And I love this. Thanks. I love that font. I love everything about it. And that comes in the set too. The words in the set that are also included are happy birthday and hello. There's different flowers, different leaves, all sorts of things. So I think now that I've started using it a lot, look at that. I don't like it. Flip it over, magic paper, that it'll probably retire. But in the meantime, I'm going to get some use out of it. There we go. Much, much better. All right. You know what time it is now, right? Dimensional time. So we're going to put 4 dimensionals on it. Why am I putting 4? You know, I laughed. I teased my friend Rhonda. I'm like, Rhonda, you use so many dimensionals. She's like, when I do it with ribbon, I like to put plenty of dimensionals so it holds the ribbon down too. I thought, okay, that's kind of smart. So now I'm doing that too. Okay, I'm going to put my thanks right there. And see that, it's also going to hold that vellum piece down. But I will tell you, I love, there we go, let's move that. I love that the vellum piece has some movement to it. I think that makes the card that much more fun. And then I'm going to my Old Faithful, my iridescent gems, and I'm going to pop 3 of them on there using my little paper piercing tool because it's handy. And ta-da, there you go. That is my faux watercolor card, again, using the watercolor painters, or water painters, I guess you would call them. Look, I'll even do a little bit more of that. See? Get a little more watercolory. And away we go. So, what do you think? You have to tell me. You gotta like it. Do you like it? Please tell me you like it. So what'd you think? I hope you enjoyed the project. Here it is again. I think it's really pretty. I think it's a pretty card. So if you liked this project, what you'll need to do is put the thumbs up on this YouTube video. In the description, you will also see links to Brandi, Shannon, and Jodi's projects, and I feel certain you will learn a lot about water painting from them as well. Don't forget, there is still room for you to join us on the Great American Stampin' Cruise to Alaska. We're leaving June 17th from Seattle. We'll come back June 24th. It's going to be so much fun. 6 classes, Julie, Shannon, and Brandi will all be there. You will have a blast. Bring your husband, bring your friends, come by yourself. It's totally up to you. Also, make sure that you sign up for my email list. I send out all sorts of fun and interesting information on that, and you want to be on it. And then finally, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to this channel, if you would join my Facebook group, or, like I said, join my email list, and the links to do all of those things are in the comments. Hey, I'll be back soon, but in the meantime, if you like my project, vote. Julie Salva, Stamp and Shine with Julie Salva, signing out. Y'all have a great night. Bye-bye.